guys! Welcome back to Magical Moments by Miranda. I am Miranda, and today we are going to be talking about one of my most frequently asked questions and most talked about topics, and that is FastPasses at Walt Disney World. Now, bear with me through this. I'm trying to make it as painless, as quick, and as easy as possible. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so for those of you who are in the middle of planning a Walt Disney World vacation or have thought about planning a Walt Disney World vacation, you've probably heard that Walt Disney World's FastPass system is a lot different than what it was a few years ago. You probably remember their paper FastPass system, which is still at Disneyland, where you go to each attraction and you put in your ticket card and out comes a paper FastPass and it tells you what time to return to that attraction for your FastPass. Well, that is no longer. All of the FastPasses at Walt Disney World are electronic and can be selected on My Disney Experience, which is on the disneyworld.com website, or there's an app that you can select your FastPasses from. And this is all ahead of time. After you're at the park and you use all 3 of your FastPasses that day, you can go back onto the app and select another FastPass to go if you have time for the rest of your park day and if there are FastPasses available. So don't worry, there is an opportunity to use more than 3 FastPasses, but you won't know until you are actually at the park and have used the FastPasses for that day. So you go on to My Disney Experience, and after you make your selections, you don't have to worry about writing them all down. They're all going to be transferred onto your account, which is either going to be on your Magic Band or on your park ticket. And we'll have another vlog that talks about Magic Bands in general, because that is another thing that's brand new to Walt Disney World and there's a lot of information. So don't worry, we will make that a vlog topic in a little bit. But as of right now, just know that they will either be on your Magic Band or on your park ticket card that you receive in the mail. Another thing you should know when making FastPass selections, if you are staying on Walt Disney World property at one of their resorts, you are able to make your FastPass selections 60 days in advance. If you are not staying on, sorry, there's a dog. She's so cute. If you are not staying on Disney Property Resort, you can make your selections 30 days in advance. Now note that you have to have a park ticket in order to make your FastPass selections. You can't just go and be like, well, I'm gonna get a 3-day ticket. I'm gonna make FastPasses for 3 days. That's not how it works. You have to have a park ticket in order to make your FastPasses for each day. So what you do, if you get to your time limit, for example, I reach my 60-day mark in a few days. So on my 60 mark day, I log on to My Disney Experience and I can start making FastPass selections at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is where I live. So at 6 o'clock, I can start making my FastPasses for every day that I have booked on the Disney Resort. Now, if you were staying off property, that is where it gets to be a bummer. If you're staying off property, you can only do 30 days to that day. So if you're going Monday through Thursday, you'll have to go 30 days before Monday to make selections for Monday, 30 days before Tuesday to make selections for Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So things that you need to know before you start making your FastPasses, since it is kind of a rush basis and all the good ones go pretty quick, is do your research. Who are you traveling with? What are their ages? Are there any height restrictions? All of this information is available on the Walt Disney World website. It'll show you all of the attractions that you have available to you. And if there are height requirements, that'll also be listed. So if you're traveling with someone who may be bordering, definitely look those up before you go so it's easier for you to make your FastPass selections. Now, we will go through the process of actually booking FastPasses. Now before you do that, you should know that there are different ways to book FastPasses for each park. When you book FastPasses for Magic Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom, you can make your 3 selections for any attraction in the park, no restrictions whatsoever. But when you talk about Hollywood Studios and Epcot, they have what we call tiered FastPass systems, where there are 2 different tiers in each park, And for your tier 1, you can only select one FastPass from that tier. And then tier 2, you can select any FastPasses, any 2 FastPasses from those. Now, what gets you there is, for example, Epcot tier 1 includes Soarin', Test Track, Frozen Ever After, which are the most popular attractions in all of Epcot. So you have to select one of those 3, and we'll get to recommendations a little bit later. It's the same thing for Hollywood Studios too. You can select between Rock and Roller Coaster and Toy Story Midway Mania, along with some others. But then in your tier 2 will be other attractions like Tower of Terror, Star Tours, etc. So just know that and go into making your FastPass selections by doing a little research to figure out what would be best for your family. Okay, so let's go through and show you how to actually book a FastPass on My Disney Experience. All right, so I am on Disney World's website, and I'm gonna go over to the My Disney Experience tab and down to FastPass Plus and give that a click. Now currently I don't have any FastPasses planned, so I'm going to go down and press Get Started. Now here is where you have the opportunity to create FastPasses for everybody in your party, but everyone will need a park ticket. So make sure the people you are planning with already have their park ticket as well and are going at the same time as you are. So I know that my hubby also has an annual pass, so we'll select him and me doing these FastPasses. So after you select your guest, you go down and click Next. And just for tutorial purposes, we will go down and pick September 8th. Seems like a beautiful day. And now you go down and pick which park that you're wanting to select the FastPasses for that day. And note that it does have the times of the park available on there. So it kind of gives you an idea of when you should book your FastPasses or how you should plan your day. So let's go to Epcot on September 8th, if only. Okay, so when you are here, you get to pick one attraction at a time. And here, like I said about the tiered, it looks like only 3 of tier 1 is taken. As you can see, if you go all the way down, you can look at the attractions that are unavailable, and that is Frozen Ever After. Shocker, none available. But that is okay. So instead of picking Frozen Ever After for my top attraction, I think I'm gonna pick Soarin'. And I like to go in the afternoon, so let's see if there are any afternoon times available. And yes, let's do 1:20. Sounds perfect. 1:20 to 2:20. So I can go anytime between 1:20 and 2:20. Sounds great. Now I only picked one FastPass, so I'm gonna go and continue on the same day to pick my second FastPass. Yep, still me and the hubs. I'm going to keep going on that afternoon trek to see if I can get as many as close together as possible. Let's see. My other one was from 1:20 to 2:20, so you can only pick times that do not overlap. So let's do character spot at 2:30. Confirm. Now with your FastPass time, it does give you that hour slot, arrive between 2:30 and 3:30, but the rule is you can arrive 5 minutes prior or 10 minutes after. So if you're running a little bit late, you have 10 minutes after your FastPass end time to make that FastPass. Now I still have one more to make, so I'm going to continue on that same day. Still me and Jace. Next. Now I have those 2 for the afternoon. Let's see if we have anything for the late morning. I like Spaceship Earth. We'll do Spaceship Earth at 10:40. How's that? And confirm. Great. So I have all of my FastPasses, and I can either go and select a different day if I want to keep on going and booking all of my FastPasses, or if I'm just booking one for that day, I'm going to say no thank you, I am done. And when you're done, it'll take you to all your FastPass selections, and it'll show you your times and what the attractions are for. Now say you want to modify just a little bit. You can go and say, well, it turns out we're actually only going to spend the afternoon after lunch at Epcot. So let's go and switch that time. You click on the attraction and you click modify. You select all, unless you don't decide, say Jason and I are in a fight, we don't want to go on Spaceship Earth together anymore. Just kidding. I'll let him go on Spaceship Earth with me. And it can show you either around the time that you have selected, or you can go and choose morning, afternoon, or evening. And I'm going to choose the evening, see what we have available. Kind of want to write it right before fireworks. Fireworks are at 9, so let's do 7:30. So we can go at 8 o'clock right in between that time, and then get a seat for Illuminations. You guys, what a great day. So you are all done with your FastPass selections. How exciting is that? You did it. Awesome. All right, now that you've kind of understood how to make a FastPass selection, let's go through and I will tell you my recommendations for FastPasses, starting with Magic Kingdom. And in a perfect world, you will get all of these, but please note that there are some people who work at the speed of lightning and will take all of the good ones before you can even get a chance to go. This is also a benefit of staying on property, because then you get an additional 30 days to plan your FastPasses and book them before anybody else does. So let's start with Magic Kingdom. My 3, it's always 3 and I can never make the number 3. My 3 options would be number 1, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Number 2, Peter Pan's Flight. And number 3, Space Mountain. These 3 attractions at Magic Kingdom will guaranteed have the longest wait of anything else in Magic Kingdom for that day. Now, other wait times that could get up there, depending on the weather, is Jungle Cruise. If it's really nice out, Jungle Cruise will have a very long line, and so will Splash Mountain. So keep that in mind when making your FastPasses, but those are my 3 recommendations. Those are the 3 I always get. For Disney's Animal Kingdom, my 3 selections would be Kilimanjaro Safaris, Expedition Everest, and Dinosaur. Those are the 3 attractions that I would choose at Disney's Animal Kingdom. At Epcot, here we get into the tiered systems. For Tier 1, if you can get the FastPasses, I would recommend getting your FastPass for Frozen Ever After. This will have the longest line at Epcot. It is very popular. It just opened at the end of June. Yes, the end of June. And that will have the longest wait time. That, if you're wondering what Frozen Ever After was, if you remember Maelstrom in the Norway Pavilion of the World Showcase, Frozen Ever After is the new attraction that replaced Maelstrom. If you have kids that love Frozen, or if you're just a Disney geek like myself who's dying to see it, I would try and get those Frozen Ever After FastPasses. But if those are all out, I would go with Soarin', which is also brand new. It's Soarin' around the world. You're probably used to Soarin' over California. That will be a long wait time as well. My recommendation for one or the other, if you get your Frozen Ever After FastPass, I would go right at Park Open to see Soarin' and stand in the queue so it's a little bit less of a wait time. Or vice versa, if you get your Soarin' FastPass, I would do my darndest to beat those family members to try and ride Frozen Ever After right in the morning, or wait until nighttime when the crowds have kind of cleared out. Then my other 2 FastPass selections at Epcot would be Spaceship Earth, because I love Spaceship Earth, and also Character Spot. Character Spot is a great opportunity to meet a lot of characters right at once. Most of the time it's Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. Sometimes Donald is thrown in there, but that's also a good way to, if you don't want to wait in line everywhere for a character and you're like, hey, here's an opportunity to meet 3 at once, I would definitely do that. And finally, my FastPass selections at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Again, with tiered 1, depending on your family. If you have younger family members, definitely try and do Toy Story Midway Mania. But if you do not and are looking for more of a thrill, definitely do Rock and Roller Coaster. And just like I said with Epcot, if you get a Fast Pass for Rock and Roller Coaster, try and go to Toy Story Midway Mania right away in the morning. And vice versa, if you get a Fast Pass for Toy Story, try and go to Rock and Roller Coaster right away in the morning. Or if you're lucky, the single rider line at Rock and Roller Coaster will be open. And if you don't mind not riding with your family members, the single rider line usually takes a lot less time. And then my other 2 FastPass selections, please note when I say this, I mean these are my recommendations. I wouldn't always do them. Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, which I will never do. And second, Star Tours, which also I do not like. We're just being honest here. Those are the top 3 FastPasses that go pretty quickly. Now let's move on to my tips and tricks. When making your FastPass selections, I would always try and make yours for the afternoon. And I would always get to that same park very early that morning and try and hit up all of the small wait times before the crowd gets more crowded in the afternoon. Another tip of mine, if this is important to your family, look up the parade and show times for the day in the park you are at. If you want to see Festival of Fantasy Parade at 3 o'clock at Magic Kingdom, don't make your Fast Passes from 2:45 to 3:45. Make sure they are very well in avoidance of parade times, of show times, if that is something that your family wants to do. So I think I've covered most of it, hopefully. That's a lot of information and I'm even getting a little loopy from it all, but I guess it's good practice. I book mine in a couple days and I will get Frozen Ever After. I will. Hold me to it. I'll report back. Anyway, so here's my new end of my vlog spiel, I guess. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think that's how that goes. I think I have 1 subscriber and that's my 9-10-year-old cousin. Thanks, Naya. You're great. I love you so much. We also have an Instagram. When I say we, I mean me. It's at Magical Moments by Miranda. So definitely give that a follow. I will be posting all of my lovely Disney vacation pictures there, since people from my personal Instagram probably get very annoyed by me. And I go to Disneyland in 2 weeks. So excited about that. So I will definitely try and post lots of pictures from there as well. So give this a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and like me on Facebook. If you have any questions at all, I know this was very, very confusing, shoot me a message on Facebook, comment below on my YouTube channel. I would love to help you figure this out. I just kind of wanted to make it a little bit easier to understand, but I can very well see how it could have gotten very confusing very quickly. All right, well, without further ado, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will talk to you all in a couple weeks and have a magical day. Bye-bye.